The statement was clear. Bernard Avle, I think he was the moderator for the event. Also, nipa bebrabe ono krampo de hu ni say nka this finance minister kasa. Eni say nka omo de omo international mun taking notes. The finance minister has to let people know. He needs to let the world know. The people sitting there, the status, Ghana economic year status, he needs to let them know. The government invited Ghanaians to let Ghanaians know what is actually happening. So why should the finance minister, who is the head of Yesikasem, to sit the Bank of Ghana governor, why are they supposed to take the back seat and take notes? They are supposed to let the people know that this is what we came to meet. That is why we need your ideas to find a way to maneuver, to find a way to get out of this mess. So when the finance minister comes and sits down, take a notebook and start writing. Bank of Ghana governor comes, sits down, take a notebook, start writing. They all know the problems they have inherited. Then these people who are also so-called experts, what are they going to base their statements on? What are they going to use to make their point? Because something should be said, a problem should be spoken about before we can find a solution to that problem. And for Bernard Bettina TV, so can say, a Nistanka finance minister Kasa, a Nistanka Bank of Ghana governor Kasa, or Sanka ministers Nitnichi, no more church. Now, I invite you, no, dear no more beka. Because there should be something sitting on the table for us to discuss. Now, Ehokra Hame, the part that worries me, and I say journalism in Ghana is becoming so weak every single day. And yes, Kasa, we are not supposed to speak every day. Adebia Osha, let it go. But some of the radio so I know you people want people to think say Munim Bibia and that everybody is stupid. Now let me take you back a little bit. Or see, the challenge we face is that we don't have a long-term vision for anything. It is a lie. Bernard Avle is a liar. On this particular topic, he lied. Ghana has a long-term vision. It is people who we give power to derail a long-term vision. The long-term vision has been there. Under John Dramani Mahama, all the way back in 2012, he was able to put together the National Development Planning Commission. And what was it about? It was a 40-year plan. The 40-year plan, what was it going to do? It was to guide this country, how we were going to build economically, socially, how we were going to set our country up. It involved everything. 40 years. Nanado Dankweku for the MPP for power. The 40-year plan. So for you to sit as a journalist without doing any of your research, you say, as a nation, we don't have a vision. We don't have a long-term plan. We have. That is why during the debate between Akufo-Addo and John Mahama, he took his time to let Ghanaians understand why it is important for us to have a 40-year plan, the National Development Planning Commission, so that we can basically plan this country in a way that the next 40 years, yen to me and fall into the trash we are falling in. There has always been a plan. The National Development Planning Commission, it is sitting there. The plan is there. Nanado Dankwe Kufuor Nkwasiafo we buy Professor Adai Mokachere said we don't need a 40-year plan. This is John Mahama defending the NDPC.
I will go to the president and the presidential candidate of the NDC to answer the same question in 3 minutes.
Indeed, I think there's a confusion in the mind of the NPP presidential candidate in the answer he gave. That is exactly the concern we have in this country, that when political parties leave government, the plans and visions that are instituted are thrown away. And so if we assume that every 4-year cycle, a government potentially could lose elections, it means every 4 years we'll have a new National Development Planning Framework. And that is why the CRC flagged that issue. And so to say that immediately you come into office, your manifesto is going to be put, you wait for 2 years. We waited for the GPRS2 to run its course because an attempt had been made to create a stakeholder participation in GPRS2. And that's why when we came into office, we were not in a hurry to throw GPRS2 away. We waited for GPRS2 to run its course before we presented the GSGDA. And so I don't see what problem the MPP presidential candidate is fixing by saying immediately I come to government, I'm not waiting for 2 years, I'm taking my manifesto, I'm putting a plan in place. That is the problem we want to cure. And making your vice president the chair of NDPC, politicizing the NDPC, I think he's absolutely lost his way. What we're saying is there's a difference between a national vision, and that is what the NDPC creates. The NDPC is supposed to create a national development planning framework, and that is the overarching framework of what as a nation we want to achieve and where we want to go. Within that national development planning framework, we can have our own political, ideological, operational plans that must fit into the national development planning framework. And so it's like turning the whole planning issue on its head. What we are doing is we're implementing the GSGDA, which was brought about as a result of wide stakeholder consultation. What we need to do is to ensure that we coordinate the planning function of the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning and the mandate that the NDPC has, in order that the NDPC and the MOFEP are working in sync rather than at cross purposes. Because the MOFEP, that's the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning, is responsible for the 3-year rolling plan, which is the MTEF, in terms of the budget cycle. And so what we are doing currently, we're not waiting to come into power to do. What we're doing currently is synchronizing the MTEF and the National Development Planning Framework, which is the Ghana Shared Growth and Development Agenda. And if we do that, we'll find that there will be no conflict between MOFEP and NDPC, and we'll make much quicker progress than we have done in the past.
A follow-up to that, and then I'll give Nanado an opportunity to do a rebuttal. He's indicated he wants to do a rebuttal. The Constitution Review Commission recommended that the plans of the NDPC be entrenched and be binding on successive governments. But your government, never mind who was your predecessor president, disagreed with that. In the light of what you say, is that something you want to revisit?
The NDPC is a constitutional body mandated by the Constitution to perform a certain mandate. And all parties respect the Constitution. And so the provision that sets up the NDPC is a provision that we all respect. And so our point is that after that plan has been produced using broad stakeholder consultation, it would be excessive to constitutionalize the plan. Because if it's a 5-year rolling plan, it means every 5 years you amend the Constitution to incorporate the new plan. The NDPC has enough constitutional backing already.
Simple as that. And this NDPC has been sitting there, National Development Planning Commission or Commission has been sitting there. It was a 40-year plan. So why is Bernard sitting on TV? All because we are sitting on radio, we have to speak. You people need to do your research. We were supposed to insist that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and his political party stuck to the principles, because this had been put in place. If we had followed this 40-year plan, we wouldn't be here struggling again for the NDC to come and solve our economic problems. And in the first place, this forum that we are having today, the NPP that caused the problem, they have decided not to even join the discussion. So who are you supposed to blame? You are not supposed to blame all politicians. You are supposed to blame the people who caused the problem. Because in 2016, 17, 18, if Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP had implemented this, we wouldn't be here today. We would have known in the next 10, 15 years how the governing of this country will be. Because every political party biya want manifesto, want policies, want ideas. But the national idea should be paramount. It needs to sink. It needs to sit inside the bigger agenda, which is the national agenda. Now, we let Akufo-Addo and the MPP throw this document away, and they said they were going to create a 10-year development plan. Where is that 10-year development plan? So for you as a journalist, sit on radio to say, we as a nation, we don't have a long-term vision. We have. You and I, we have been lazy. Especially you, Bernard Avle, you have been lazy to question the people who are supposed to make sure that the laws that the Constitution has put out there for us to force to work, we have neglected those responsibilities. We are supposed to force them. For 80 years, you as a journalist did not sit on radio and TV to insist that we start to build this nation using the National Development Plan framework. You never did that. Why, yes, sir? Into DNA radio soon say we don't have a vision. John Mahama and the NDC put 40. JJ Rollins even started 2020. John Mahama mobile a 40-year plan. And we need to understand the moment you make jai side way, you're honest with ourselves. The politicians will be lying to us every day. And it's they be say Jimmy, because people like you will always be blaming politicians. But for some time, the politician had made this available to us. We are supposed to insist the politicians do that job. They just started Vision 2020. John Mahama mobile the 40-year development plan by Adentina Kufuor edi really free so. Professor Adai and the likes, those political insects, they came and said 40-year development plan is too long. Professor Adai, 8 months no. Kwasi Penny way, 7 months no. This man just came in with his stupid tribal bigotry to come and tell us to change a 40-year plan to a 10-year plan. You did 8 years since the Kufuor mobile power, 9th year ni 10-year development plan away. So we are not supposed to be that childish. We are supposed to be journalists who basically research. We should stop taking sides and trying to make people think we are neutral. We are not. We need to let the people know the truth. What I saw there is total misinformation and disinformation. Ghana has a long-term vision. We as journalists and we as Ghanaians need to insist that the politicians stick to that vision. It's a 40-year-old vision. Why are we not talking about it? Audience and Kasa 40-year-old vision. Ekufuor Kwasi Ampenyi we oba and implement it and stay within that vision. Do you think we'll be here today? And that is what we do with a mic. That is what we do with the radio. And you're misinforming the young ones. And then it will get into somebody's head. Hey, politicians, they don't care about Ghana for. We don't have a vision. We have a vision. Let me show you something. I don't have it here. Let me try and pull it out. Okay? The 40-year development plan. I'm trying to get you the concept, what the NDC, the concept they had, how in the next 40 years, what they wanted to do. This is what the NDC had in mind. That's all. Instead of us to hold their leg to the fire, we made these fools, who 8 years. Satana radio TV so. You were scared. You were using idiomatic expressions. You were using figurative speeches. You could not directly address Ekufuor's government. When Ekufuor was in power for 8 years, you Bernard Avle, Nanko so books 10 because you became a lecturer, an English lecturer. You were using figurative speeches. Now, you were not being direct. You were using idiomatic expressions because all of you were cowards. You were scared. You could not tell them in their faces that these people are in Kwasiafo, they are not doing the right thing. So nobody should sit on radio or on TV to say, we don't have a long-term plan. We have it. Now let us insist. At least we have an intelligent president who is willing to implement. We all have to support the government to do it. Munjai dia no betina radio so TV so amoye no munnim nyansa nche obi awo. Obi anya akwara wo kuro ni mo. Ye nyina taxes de chichiri kuro no. Enti mo betina radio so na butine fufufu na munyi mutino. E betina say because you are timid, you people are timid, you are people we have to respect. Timidity and so you are smart. You people have to speak like men. Be men and speak on the issues. Bogus mommy anko enim. Now this is something I want us to talk about. This is gone. My person can be say MPP as a political party omo Jimmy. Now plan be ba omo another plan. Makacho says our party will be in opposition for 42 years. Market. And Makacho omo say party negu. Now the tribalism in them no it is now about to manifest. And they be a catch Ghana for the biggest mistake we will make again as a nation is to give power to these pigs. I know what I'm talking about. The biggest mistake we will make as Ghana for is to hand over power to this stupid tribal party. This party that only thinks about a tribe, but not Ghanaians. Makachira must say, this party, so you're Ghana Nibia, now we are foresight, now we are somebody who is more, you are very progressive. The NPP as a political party should never be a party you join because that party is not progressive. That party is a party filled with tribal bigots who think everything should be about them. Now, Boba, from the beginning of the year, Mekachira said, The MPP as a political party, when they are in opposition, they are daring, they are dangerous because Omi are true for. Because in their head, Ghana ni be Jimmy. Because they think, say, and that what they can do, they say, they will go change their name, they will go change their color, they will go change their logo, and come and tell us so many different people. They are the same group of criminals. The NPP, JJ Rollins, they are people you are not supposed to trust. They kill themselves, they kill each other, and they laugh about it. Now, say Chairman Sabonsu was starting ya DB. Or just say Ghana for Jimmy and MPP for no Sebio Asante Forum where MPP no almost start agenda B. Yani and Jimmy you. The MPP will never get space to rule Ghana again. Now after your crampono and you say he's competent to lead the minority today. It was because Ekufuadu Fili say Infantifone ni BA. And that they are losing grip of the central region. Gandam nenko. And into catch your say you be here Fantini or be a free central region. So it did not mean. So they didn't choose Afenyo Markin because he was competent to be the leader of the NPP in parliament. They chose Afenyo Markin because they thought to say Afenyo Markin was central region. He was going to bring central votes. But at the end of the day, Afenyo Markin was campaign we lost all the seats in the central region. That is not even my concern. Because I feel naturally he's stupid. And we all can see how he's exhibiting incompetence and foolishness in parliament. It was not like he was competent and he was chosen because of his competency. He was chosen because the Kufuor thought to say, because he's foolish in the central region, he can go there and bully his way to get more seats for the NPP. So, Afenyo Markin today leading the NPP, it means to say, or a mistake leader. Afenyo by mistake and obey minority leader. And Nichina or picking seat from 137 and 88 because he had no knowledge about holding on to the seat of the NPP. And for a Kufuor to get somebody like Afenyo Markin who is foolish and does not understand the dynamics, how to lead and how to negotiate and meet people halfway, that was the beginning of the end of the NPP. And today we know, say Kasongo 99. He wasn't actually the right person to lead. He came in because they felt to say the central region, the Gandam was not working. They needed somebody from the central region, but they did not look for somebody who was intelligent, somebody who was smart enough to understand that you are dealing with human beings. But the most important thing I want to talk to you about and say, when would the Asantinina or MPP party back? The Oseche Mensa Bonsu a planned interview. On see a yini free leadership. One kasasa besine. I can less than a year. No makoyi flag bearer. Now I'm sure dynamics no. Sa obi no ti wono ono esusu box o. Sa the coin to mupe obebie so amwabo adwuma. Enti ono no ote wono o esusu box obi no de hyanse wa frɛ no wakukuom na wa kyɛ ne sɛ we na mpɛsɛ meyɛ obɛyɛ amaw. Now this is what Oseche Mensa Bonsu is doing. Share MPP nim. Mamema opano. Alan Kojo Chiramante Oya Santini, he's out. He's not going to contest MPP flag bearership. No. Napo, everybody knows Napo is never going to come back as a running mate. Honestly, as Santini, he's out. John Kuma, he's dead. They killed him. John Kuma too is out. Now, Napo cannot contest with Bawumia again. And a Kennedy Japan is not pure Ashanti. Now, they know there's a vacuum. And that vacuum, then they say, we here Asantini to fill the vacuum. Oseche Mensa Bonsu is preparing himself. Obama Bawumia, one option or two options. Either Bawumia makes him the running mate or he contests Bawumia. Politics na mechi or no. That is the plan you are seeing there. Now, the Asante MPP, they want to bring another Asantini because they tested they need to tell Ghana for say they are not tribalistic. Obama will say a backfire. I'm fat. Now, Oseche Mensa Bonsu is preparing himself to take the mantle. Now, he knows that Bawumia is a problem. Now, Bawumia popularity in the party, any Canadian is strong because even in their own party, they have split the party into two. You cannot go into an election with weak party following. Inti Oseche Mensah Bonsu knows. And ono so no menshia na directing say go and step in. Because right now no epese the party no eba bafo akoto fie menshia. Also wufri swame. Wo ye asantini prekope. Umoja enu fufuru mashaha. Party ni ye tribal party. I was say ye kwaji ye party friend kran de ba fie. Right now no Canada Japan jina ha o Jimmy ye nim ne stance onya santini ultimate police crowd no because ni hu bini dawson. Mahamudu Bawumia was 38%. Only that weight to win against John Mahama or anybody in the future. It's what we want you to do. Then say, go in there, start preparing the people's mind. Prepare Santifona Jenny. Sebio Omudu Dona Jenny will form. O start can some say ya. O Lawrence Adayano, Ombe say we a different character. You were not part of Omo Amomayeko opposition. Because Ultieni Kasema, he is actually taking himself out of the defeat. He's making you understand. He's speaking to the party base. Say, me, and I can be leading your parliament, and can you lose this margin in parliament? Meaning, I'm not going to take blame for the defeat. And that if you want leadership, Papa, may ya santini mapamaba. So what he's going to do, Nina say, he's going to have a deal with Bawumia and say, you, Anna Kennedy, especially Bawumia, make me your running mate. Now, when Bawumia refuses, he will contest Bawumia and he will win. Pathway, they are termites. A tribal party, you cannot take it away from them. He's just collecting sympathy. On the party followers, no. On himself to do Jimmy. On himself, Omajuni form. On how he can maneuver. He knows how he can barb them. It's the way and say he's basically walking slowly, and you will see he will appear. Opie pe omega say, aha, asantini mapa. Where they no count your co-opposition no na okuta 137 de kufu adu pamo no where they waba Bawumia winning flag bearer so de ye de running mate sa wan jan tum so ne be ya obe contest Bawumia Santofo nyina be to ama no he will become the flag bearer of the MPP because obi adum say Napo Jimmy Napo can never come back into any mainstream politics. He's done. Alan Kodechi is out. All the people who could have contested Bawumia now, they're out of the picture. Alan is out. John Kuma and Koye, the guy to do the job. John Kuma has been murdered by the NPP. Now we are talking about somebody to stand up. He does not have the brains. Canada Japan fears Antimemu. They don't see him. They also see him as a mental patient. So right now, no, Oseche Mensah Bonsumu, any Santifono more party not trase. Oma Mats, no, they want to take the party back to Menshia. Me see the MPP, you can never take tribalism from MPP. And when you're the party, no. And you see, even in their worst, I'm losing about 1.8 million votes, no. They are still doing tribalism because it is in their blood. Because party BT war elections, we now 1.7 to 1.8 million gap. Your job right now is not to try and be tribalistic. Itu omon kwarana, omu fina, enjankamba na papa no be wuda and crying. Jantra and Tio want to block back. They think, say, when we pitch Asantefo against other tribes, a party in Bewini, it will never happen. Mese Asante was Asante Nipa. Asante has land. Asante does not have crowd. And it allows me to say 2024 election, it will show you the raw numbers in the Ashanti region. Because the people in the Ashanti region, majority if you are wanting the two about Ashanti region, and they have been able to cushion their mind or position their mind is somewhere Asante for. So the moment those people start to get the reality check to say, Yene Dagoma for, so yes, we have to aba, ama, Tabio, Obi or Srim, and so Srim, Yene Ayadia in crime for, Yene Ko for, Yene, because they try always to make people think, say, the party is for all accounts. The party is not for all accounts. The party is for a group of Ashantis, not even all Ashantis. And you see, I say, Chairman Sabos, I need to say, Wodru. Wabet now, they are setting the traps, they are building their colonies. You cannot take tribalism away from them. They want Asantini to lead the party. I'm going to catch a year ago. Oh, someone say a tribal. I'm about back to factory settings. I'm going to start a campaign. You will hear. They ahim funibi ever support or say Chairman Sabonsu. They will do campaign for him. They would use him like a toilet seat. Me say, I'm using a toilet paper. The laws now, sir, 1.7 million, 1.8 million or more losing, they will never come back to it again. You know the reason? Because they know, say, some of a party now and party more tribal, the party can never come to power. The only time the MPP has won elections, legitimate for time, it was when the party was more tribal. When the party becomes more tribal, it gingers the base. And right now, because of technology, the party cannot be more tribal because the young Asante Fonko, they are not listening to, with all due respect, Sebio, they don't want development. Until the party is in the middle of confusion. They don't know what they want. But the video you just watched, Nyabo trying to follow NPP slowly. They are now building an Ashanti block. Or say Chairman Sabo to Befra Baumia into a meeting when the primaries is closed. Obeka Chen say, I run or you become a running mate. You run, I become a running mate. Say Baumia and Jiba and Tuma. Obeka say, I will contest you. Or contest Baumia. Kennedy Wabodam. They are not going to spend time on Kennedy. They know how to nullify Kennedy. Yes. The MPP as a political party, they know how to nullify Kennedy Japan. Mentally, he's not stable, so they know how to deal with him. They will make sure, they'll calculate and make sure, say, Baumia accept. So Baumia and Jan Tuma, they'll go after Baumia, they'll kick him out. Or say Chairman Sabos will win the primaries. And the Ohuno Obagin say, oh, or say Chairman Sabonsu, Ekoye interview as Sempa. No, he is preparing the base on my journey. Because the message now, the substance is that if I were the leader in parliament, I can lose that number. Into what I say, Yenia Santifono deep, we were not part of this defeat. Now, with the party Maya, we can bring the party back. That's the message he's sending. Into when you're smarter, you just listen to the guy and say, oh, or Kasakeke, or say Chemensable to a grantee interview. What actually called for this interview? At this point, why is he going on radio tour? Was starting with Santimemo, why? There is a reason. There's a reason because they know they need to take the party back home. And that is exactly what they are doing. I've been advising Ghanaians to say, Sa party, they cannot do anything without being tribal. They can't. So we see communicators, people who speak for this party, they speak for 2 minutes and the next 8 minutes is all about Yeni. It's all about Obitanye. It's all about Adentina and Tafo in your position. Adentina and Wanafo in your position. Adentina Koufo, Adentina and Samafo, because they don't regard any tribe. And it is not like Adia they can fight. They can't fight. When any mad person is speaking for the NPP and it comes out. You cannot suppress it. You cannot force it inside because a party and God being so good, majority of our Mukasama party no Jimmy. So it is so tough. That's why I keep saying the NPP will be in opposition for 42 years. You know why? Because the NPP is not willing to open its umbrella for people from different backgrounds to join. Because when losing election less than 3 months, now what is TV, Sony radio, so can say, and tough when your position dodo, and when I find your position dodo, and I will when you now why number 12 because it's about competence. A government can come to power and choose if they are competent to do the job. That's what I need. So we study parliament. I have not spoken about a man for making issues out of the majority allowing Afejomakin to fool. The reason why I have not concentrated on that is that we have given the majority a job to do. Cancel e-levy, cancel betting tax. Make sure that the things you said you use parliament to make it happen, let it happen. As far as they are doing that, Afejomakin between the draws and the show and anti-parliament. I don't care. Because I need them to deliver for the people, because the parliament, they said they needed that number. We have given them the number. So whether Ayariga is slow, whether Ayariga is not combative, whether the majority is allowing the minority to exhibit a lot of stupidity and ignorance, I don't care. What I care about is when business is put on parliament table, the majority needs to win. I will step in and come after the majority when they promise me that they will use their numbers to make sure this is passed, and they don't do it. That is when they will see we are mad. But at this point, there is nothing that Afenyomakin and the micro minority stupid pricks have been able to block. So I don't have a problem with the majority. You might not like the approach of the majority when it comes to being combative. Every political party and the way they approach issues. And I respect everybody's view. Whether they think Ayariga is not being so combative or he's being too tactical, I don't care. Whenever a bill is put in parliament, the work should be done. The moment the work is not done, betting tax went to my The things you said you are going to make sure you use the numbers to do. So when to me for numbers and your parliament, I will not give you space. Anything I will share, I don't speak about parliament. I don't speak about the concept of the minority. Because no matter how they speak and concept themselves, they still cannot make any impact. This is politics. You need to understand. You need to know the dynamics. You need to know that there are some people there who are trying to do what? Make you feel, say, you are not important. From the day John Mahama winning an NDC majority, the MPP have not been able to stop anything. Why should I be worried? Maybe the majority have a tactical way of doing things. Afenyoma can oppo. He backs a lot. It does not mean he's getting anything done. At least today, Ose Chairman Sabonsu Akachre said, Afenyoma was not competent to take that position. But he was given that position because Achechedia Poncherene say, I'm fantifor betwama eyedien MPP because the Afenyoma majority leader those times. No. So let's be real. Let's make people understand your politics and dynamics. The MPP, they still don't understand. Say, our politics has changed and then things have changed in Ghana. And that we need to understand the way we used to see things, we don't see things like that anymore. So Mame, we did 55, 56. Nana Ajunian say, she or he does not want to move away from that Ajuni mentality now. You, the young one, you have seen the light. You know what, Sebio, at least, what that light can do for you. Ebian said John Mahama about power. Or say Obeka could see Sewia Hospital. This year, it will start working. Asante for said the that is how a young Ashanti should think. It is a political party be platform so and now it's show be so now because Kevin Taylor did do two for Atema what kwasi better opposition 60 years. You know why? Because obi ni Ghana obet me you one statement akasa me so two for kwasi nobody. It is when you hide behind that and thinking you are going to get sympathy. The young man on Twitter, the young man who needs his job to work, the young man who wants something good to come to Kumasi, to want to see a better hospital, want to also have some TikTok videos and show people around Kumasi that Kumasi can also be like Hacho. It can be like East Legon. It can be that young man does not give a fuck about your stupidity. Because at the end of the day, it's about him. It's about her. It's about how people will see him or her and how they will respect him or her. Into that idea, that kind of Gandam politics, 1990, 1992, where the there is no way that can make any waves in our politics again. Sir, let me show you something. My team just sent me this. Some catch them say they are cooking something. And people will never come to power again. A tribal party. Oh, time Oseche Mensa Bonsu. Eko Asempa. Eko ye Sa Gandam no. They are preparing him. This is what Eugene Boachi Entry. Sa former MP na, se Subin MP no. This is what he wrote on social media. Honest, candid, honorable leader Oseche Mensa Bonsu on Peace FM, Hello FM, NPP will bounce back. MPP will be back in grand style. So it is calculated. They know what they are doing. Omunim se omubes ne Jimmy. Omunim se omubes na den. Jimmy. See the things they are posting here. Eugene Boachenchwe, Shadebe will post to social media. I am showing you the tendencies. Partway, a tribe party. They are crazy. They are not a political party you have to spend your time on. I'm sure idea on where because some a tribal party. You just say Kevin Taylor time MPP. I'm sure they will never come back to power. You see this? Oh my David Oposti. So my David Oposti. Aha. They are showing almost tendencies. Such tribalism no almost to mean da. Now Shadie. Eugene Boachenchi after Oseche Mensa Bonsu kuko radio so wo do matchro. Asante province people Amansie Adanse Kwabre Sechre Kwaman Asante Achim Ahafo Ofing Achuma and Oba clans and osare to aso Oyoko Asuna Bretio Edriana Asene Asechri Eye Ekuana ene de Aguna Owie no Troy. These people or provinces and clans were independent but came together to form Asante. Oh, the women Amaka say, Mama Sankwasiafo when treat him. That is how they were made. Mama can show these people or provinces and clans were independent but came together to form Asante. The name Asante was coined from their mission because of war. Now, okay, second paragraph, I didn't try or see. Their unification mission erected after they have had enough of the oppression of Intim Jakari of Denchira. Note, not all the aforementioned people or provinces and clans partake in the Denchira Esa Inti war. Now, the last paragraph, this is what he said. He says, after Intim Jakari has been defeated, Esa Inti became independent and powerful, which they enlarged their territories from present-day Ghana to Ivory Coast through diplomacy, territorial settlement, and wars. This is 2025. Why should a political party, a former member of parliament, wanting his colleague Asantini to lead party, write these things? Because they know this is the only thing a holy party need together. This is the only thing. These people, they are not people that in a day you can blink and say, I'm handing Ghana over to. Right now, who say Ghana for who say Ghana for who say they are liars. Who say Ghana for now, let me read the last part of his speech. These are not people to be trusted. JJ Rollins Catchum say these are dangerous. They will go and change their name. They will go and change their color. Mamin Chow, Adia Osatro Kaho, may Kaya next time. MPP. Okay? This is what Eugene no or ye Oseche Mensa Bosu campaign manager. Mamin Chow, the Wasatro. These are tribal people who Omujibo partner, you are Omuji Krona, you are done. Or say their unification mission erected after they have had enough of the oppression of Intim Jakari. Now, when you go down there, he says, wherever they have settled, conquered, and had diplomatic allegiance, which became Asante, now Asante. Inti almost say Asantino, na Asante, war inti. So he's giving you the background of Asante, Edino, Esa inti. So they are there because of war. They are not there because of peace. Intiaka Asantia. It is not because of anything. No. Almost say Esa Asantika say ye kwa Esa ye kwa akon ye kwa war. Into Ocho Asantia say. So the Asante you hear, no, it is all about war. Esa inti and ebedani Asante. So in their mind, you know, they have to do what? Destroy everything to become relevant. The moment they are not able to destroy everything to become relevant, omuma obianya relevant. That is the mentality. And this is a politician. Now, Okore say, Sampa, Sekwa, Jape Krom, Nkranza, Western Ashanti, Bono East, Wasa Asankra, Breman, Aguna Nyankrom, Bole, Warawara, New Gabon, Kwewu, Nkrobebre, and I'll say, some people migrated from Asante to different regions found in present-day Ghana and Ivory Coast. What they are trying to tell you, they say, Sa part we no, tribe no, it has exceeded. Ivory Coast. He's trying to create an impression as Asante. These are all diversions. These are all diversion because they need to ginger their base about yet dear. Say that is the idea. And I want to say Asantina Mokaninano as a chene say and Tokwanti Esa Inti. Intotia Santia. The real meaning from Sa Eugene Boachencho why MP was subindan or say a Tokwanti. Intotia Santia a Tokwanti, and ya peace in Tio, and yan Kabomuntio, Asantia Santino a Esa Inti, and Tokwa because of war. Me, and then I'm sure history no. I'm one say. They know they have a reason for saying this. You know why they are saying that? I'm a person sure say Bawomia nya Santini. They are all you know. Or can be Asante for no. Say we cannot allow Asante need to come and lead us because o check clans na wakano provinces ene eye ekuo ne ebusua ne ade a o kire wo se Asante ne wa ha o enya bawomia na wo se di enim. They are giving the signals. Yanje party ni nkofie. Yama party ni Asante for party. So they are trying to draw the lines, but they will draw it. The lines will be clear very soon. Now, Ochro Bibi or say. Now, just not to lose their identity, they retain the name of their ancestral root wherever they settled. Others name the places after the leader or chief. That's why you could see most of the towns in Ashanti or in Asante in other regions. It simply means that they come from Asante. Now, Asante is a given or coined name to different tribes under the Golden Throne. Unification. Don't be misled by the Gabonese and Bruni Sheyen Sofri Asante for. Then he goes on to say, this is actual formation of Asante. We are a mix of tribes. No one owns Asante expect the king of Asante kingdom, Asante Hene. I think he was trying to write, except the king of the Asante kingdom, Asante Hene. Dodua Satike and Mopia and Wonsam Kekakano. Now, basically, his write-up after Oseche Mensah started a year Netono, he is trying to tell the people, say, ya Asante for ya Sidi Dikwaha. Ya sidi dikwaha ye dina asichirenie ba omia ye teni kerere Japan ne papa eya huneni onya santini omo chire omo ase we mu ombe bo profile achire wo we mu na omo ka chire alankojo chire manten say alankojo chire manten ye mixed race edu time na alankojo chire manten e wo say ye no eye flag bearer no omo ka chire kojo chire manten say ne papa ye fantini na ne maame ye asantini into oye mixed race or to say me or a mixed tribe. It's Alankojo Chamantin or a mixed race, mixed tribe to say me. They told Alankojo Chamantin, I'm a say. And I'm going to say, to me, tomorrow, if we say, oh, a mixed tribe. And then, I'm going to say, Asantini Mapa, or say, Mensa Busu, Nitisa Woodru, or Nene Peno. I'm going to buy a Baumia Sashwa. Ain't what Santia, a asa, osa, into quanti, akuntia. These people are not ready. Because idea in United say yakune ye wini and your mobile wini. And these people, and that idea ni be na omode ye den, omode chichere party no. And it's now busa MPP for say, NPP no, a dear na mujina so tea or see na ba for ko to tin more remove £700. Me say chairman the vision of the party. E bi ho. When they sit on radio, mumusa mo say, dear ntina mo te party no. Adentini ye te MPP. Identity MPP bedru they cannot tell you. You know why? Because the party was actually built out of tribalism. Eye nipa bi nkwa na omo fo omo adwene se omo beti eye ekuo emana e den aboa omo ho. Eno na muhu no, and it is going to manifest more. After this short break, be the ba ku be wom aboatwe.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No look no answer my. Abuache Iwo fufu Belgium fan Ewa betia Belgium fan Ewo tuwa Belgium fan Why yoye Why round wa Why yoye Why round wa Why yoye Why round wa Why yoye Supono Why round wa Ewo fufu Belgium fan Ewa betia Belgium fan Ewo tuwa Belgium fan Ewo tuwa Belgium fan Why yoye Why round wa 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 Every papa no what one is the motto 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 Why round wa Why yoye Why round wa I want it original
TV. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. Oseche Mensabo nitise wedro otwo huniti nitise wedro kwasi asabo nko a. Now hwade another tribal bigot. What it? Always nitise abe wedro we sticker. Oseche Mensabo nitise fufu wedro and akwa we sticker nitise abe wedro. So go forward. Or say apologize and retract, or I will expose how we lost 2024 elections. It win him. The leadership of the party, no, Sakwawe, not a minister, they know what caused their defeat. But one can't followers, no, because someone say MPP followers, ne Jimmy. Yeah, Sanko Fowe, only the same insect, so the same bloodline. You cannot change them. Also, Obiaka said, "Tiano, se nipa na ntwe ansanya, obetchre Ghana for at the kudienti omuluzu elections, no." The leadership of the MPP, they know why they lost the election. They know. But why are they not talking about it? Because some followers near dying, dying. Yeah, the party a trauma fruma. Yen to me ye mun sun fast one shim. Say Jimmy, de ebe dada omo. Intende, as me say what I said, they know why they lost. They know why they lost. They know, sir, party, no, the followers are stupid because this is the situation. Time a year NDC losing election 2016. The NDC quelled in. They went inside, they looked within, and they started making corrections. So you did not even hear much about what they were doing. They put together a committee, they had their problems solved, and they started putting things in place. Here in 2020, John Mahama winning elections. We all know. Now, it was hard for you to hear an NDC person sit on radio to make a statement to say this and that and this and that, because they basically were like, you know what? We have seen our defeat. We know what caused it. And they shared it and they made sure they corrected it. Banko Fowe, Nimadia and lose elections, no. But why do you think they are keeping it? They are keeping it to themselves because themselves followers near the foolish masses. Themselves followers in Sunyadie. Themselves followers, the majority of them are foolish. Themselves form. Themselves Jimmy. From UP to NLM to NPP are the same people. It's to me 10 minutes without telling you, say, I had you free. Because they do a lot of segregation. A lot of gerrymandering. You're free ha. And segregation and gerrymandering and no JDM people a tribal party. Now ask this guy what caused their defeat. Oseche never spoke. One kasa to some lose election after 3 months. Afe or president abedi. Oseche Mensabo say MPP lose power now. It will take over 12 years before they come back to power. Why do you think he's here? He's coming to prepare the party for the next 12 years. He is coming in to prepare the party for the next 12 years because say sa pathway say anje party na nko fie ama himfu ndie anima, the party will never survive. This party will collapse. Makachromo meguno. Until they take the tribalism out and tell Ghanaians exactly what the party represents. Me gu party no menkwa meguno. Maka some way, and you people thought I was joking. But it will be real in the next year or two. You will see. Megun flats. Remember the young Asantini Aquarano, Sebio, or Pempuntio, or Padepano. I will flip Ashanti region and make it a full MPP NDC stronghold. I am promising Otunfo. I will flip it. And I'll flip it with facts. I will flip it with the truth. I will let Asantini Aquarano on Nam Street in Soro demand for accountability and question the NPP as a political party, what it actually means to be part of the NPP. You don't have to be part of NPP because you are Santini. You need to be part of the NPP because the NPP should stand for something. It should stand for a national agenda. It should stand for the people. It cannot stand for a clan. It cannot stand for a group. It cannot stand for a province. The party should represent every single person. And the young Asantini Aquarano, we will let them understand, educate them for them to understand. Say, I am voting for my future, voting for a good hospital, voting for roads, voting for employment. I am voting for unification of Ghana as one country. And I, Kevin Taylor, and my team, make good MPP. Me catch them from 2020. Me say I will take power from the Ashanti region. And you saw what happened. I took power. God being so good, he guided us with the facts to take that power. And sometimes, we have been in this game for long. We have been here for a long time. And we know what it takes to take power. And I am promising Otumfuo Setutu, I will flip Ashanti region for him to be proud of Ashanti region. I will turn it around. I will turn Ashanti region into an NDC stronghold. I am telling you, and it is a promise. We are not joking here. We are looking out for the young people. You perceive you perceive politics and make it better impact. You perceive for taking decisions that will affect their future positively. And hey, and you're free, and we are letting the young people and Ghanaians understand. Say their government and their government, their parties and their parties. There's vision and there are things party needs to do for you. And to also be a I am proud this came to me. Anything I make catch MPP for me, single-handedly, the support of my team in Koto, Free Mind, Kebuachi, positive-minded Ghanaians on social media, make good MPP. I'll flip Ashanti region. I'll make it an NDC stronghold. Make good party, This party needs to go. This party needs to collapse. We need to build a new MPP that represents the country, not an MPP that represents a stool. No, that party cannot rule Ghana. It cannot govern. That party's principles and vision does not link up with what we want. So we will make sure we cut the MPP into pieces for a better MPP built from scratch with better vision. We are not joking. And we are not going to let people say, we are going to plead them. I will never plead with anyone to vote for the NDC. I will feed you with the fact you'll be forced to do that. Meguno. You people have no idea what is coming. Now, NDC for almost say 2025 Deputy Finance Minister said they will cancel what we call e-levy and betting tax. This is the Deputy Finance Minister. Or say budget na NDC be ready no. Almost say Ghana for boss say omoba power betting tax any e-levy it will be in the budget and they will cancel it. You want this party to compete with any party? No. Assembly John Mahama and NDC Fuaka, they are delivering. And this should tell you there's a difference between these two parties. Almost on the betting tax in budget, you need to understand, say, e-levy betting tax, so Ghana will be strong. Because these are all nuisance taxes. When normally di a janka fosika, di abata sika, MPP have been riamo for 8 years. That's why I'm saying, say, they don't have the moral right to even discuss Ghana's economy. They don't. Why do you think, say, we are having economic forum for all of us to come and reason? Almost because these people are nation wreckers. Almost say krono, almost kotinanchen, almost to try yampia, and this baba chichi krono de almost siaba. No, we will wait for 42 years. Me say, we are going to wait for another 42 years to give you people a new party the opportunity. And Okrano, that is when we are about to think, say, yang consider Mwanasa Dabi. 42 years, and you're guaranteed. You need to prove yourselves. That 42 years, so you people need to prove yourselves. Say, you are capable. You are not tribalistic. But until you're able to do that, nobody, the NPP should never be given the opportunity to lead this nation. Never. We will be fools to allow the NDC, the MPP, that is so tribalistic. Into me catch Ghana, young people, aye di musika through aye betting. You say betting tax no budget na eba no. John Mahama Finance Minister say ye betwam. E-levy budget na eba no. John Mahama ene na aban say ye betwam. Me de me hia say mesuma brewa bebi okowu na mfa me ho. When the betting tax and the e-levy is cancelled, the way children back case. Into the minimum say mesuma brewa bebi okowu ato no e ya brewa na problem. And this John Mahama catch them say we are going to cancel betting tax and e-levy. Are they going to do it? Do it. And don't want them here. Because you see, politics is about trust. It's about the word over trusting. If I can trust the word of the NDC, asema omuka kire me no say omu diswa, why shouldn't I give them a lot of support and keep them in power? That's all. That's politics. Politics is about trust. And it's Mahmoud Baumia odi atra kodu point mi na ne nuanum nkrebofo kra say no oye munafiki mutum banzani if we say he does not live to a year in sema oka. And the John Mahama promised me, or promising Ghana for say he would do this. Now when your power, no, yeah. Why should I sit here and say I want a pig to come lead me? No. And see, politics is all about trust, and this is what I mean by trust. Budget ni bana John Mahama yi betting tax ni levy. The first 120 days, nyoma waka, John Mahama is doing them. And if the first 120 days, John Mahama yes I nyoma, why should I be worried? And I know I can trust him. And I know that, you know something? The NPP as a political party, they never told the people the truth. Now, Sticker Kasembi, my member video, thank you, team. Thank you for bringing this in. Muntia Sticker, this is what he said about NPP as Mameka. Omunim the reason why to lose elections, no? They know. But when you say followers, not Jimmy, because Omunim can on TikTok. And Ankwasiafo, you are discussing Kevin Taylor. She, do you know what Kevin Taylor? Dear Emma Kevin Taylor, you have no idea.
Research on the prospects of the 2024 election conducted by the Department of History and Political Science at the KNUST was based on public perception and a preference of the NPP's vice presidential candidate, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. The research highlights the negative impact of Dr. Opoku-Prempeh as running mate to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia during the 2024 campaign. Lead researcher Professor Samuel Ledu-Jemfi sheds light on the findings.
The running mate in any political party should potentially, if not galvanize support, at least serve as an icing on the cake of the campaign. So satisfaction with Dr. Prempeh as VP candidate to Bawumia further emphasizes several things. The data on satisfaction with Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh's performance as the vice presidential candidate showed a predominantly negative response from respondents. A significant 36.31% were very unsatisfied, and 6.35% were unsatisfied, indicating considerable discontent with his performance. In contrast, 24.39% of respondents remained neutral, suggesting uncertainty or indifference. Meanwhile, 17.69% were very satisfied, and 15.26% were satisfied, reflecting some positive feedback, but not enough to counterbalance the dissatisfaction.
Professor Ledu-Jemfi made some recommendations for Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh's candidacy going forward.
Elections and politics is science. And so today, we have all seen the outcome of the elections, and we saw what happened. So it is not time for the NPP to be beating its chest. It is time to learn, relearn, unlearn, and to look at the way forward to make sure that the party is properly positioned in terms of its candidature and more so who becomes the running mate or who stays as a running mate in looking at the science of what Ghanaians are looking at.
Dr. Amache Boateng, a political scientist at KNUST, also cited public dissatisfaction towards the NPP's running mates.
The broader Ghanaian public, should their concerns be factored, into the party's selection of their, let's say, flag bearer, let's say the running mate? Should a party consider internal factors alone, given the fact that the crucial thing is going to be decided on by the bigger Ghanaian public? So I think these are interesting issues that political parties will want to take note of going forward.
For Joy News.
Professors KNUST. Sorry, it's not Sticker. Professor Matthew Boateng, Babkura no kasa se mokochichi de dumuno. Almost na podi dabi. Me see, when you know say chebe se bozumo e no mo prepare grounds no. Obo you na po free equation nim. Almost na po the candidate na nya. E de so mo ibodam ni toilet gu no ho de omochi. when to me and Fabia become party no ho. Meaning nipa na oyi napo na Jimmy Chan napo. They are trying to dismantle Obia. They are paving way for a Asantiniba to lead the party. Because people say napo Jimmy. Now, how are they going to be able to make sure that they clear Napo from the equation? Now, Professor Swen, when Napo was being chosen, where were they? They all sat back. Now, suddenly, they have gathered their voices. They have done serious research. They now know, say, the MPP lost because Nipana Oyi Rani mate ne Jimmy and a Rani mate ne Jimmy. Me say, 2028, NPP will drop from 88 to 24. I'm telling you. They have no vision. It is all about themselves. It's all about their tribe. They be a Ghana for. We should be very vigilant when it comes to NPP because they did not form this party because of Ghana. They formed this party because of their tribe. Let's be serious in this nation. Let's never give these people the room. And then the MPP and the Etumitina radio so discuss Ghana sikasem. Why should anybody in this country be telling us to say Yama and the MPP for discuss Ghana sikasem? Amin Adams, Esteka, Bawumia. Why should we do that? Why should we even allow that? Why should we even allow that? That is insane. Why should anybody even sit on TV to compare the NDC to the MPP? With Jimmy. Onim the okeka a tribe na odi achire, they are not ready. There's nothing like neutrality in politics. I've taken a stand to protect and defend good governance. I will defend the NDC. Yes. Sir, go. Because I worked hard with the facts to bring NDC to power. With other people with good heart like myself. What I have seen now is good governance and I will protect it. It let nobody lie to you. Hey, media NDC for Mitaomo, MPO, Sanko for Jantra for coming at Diomo. They know where they are coming from. There's nothing like neutrality in politics. You need to take a stand or you walk. And even you decided not to take a stand, you have taken a decision. Say, media, no. Take a decision, protect that decision, and make people know you have credibility to protect that decision. That is why I keep telling you on my platform, I will not come here and defend the NDC without fact. I will let you understand the reason why I am defending the NDC. Because I was some of the facts in the show. Now my mouth here say, I could me defend the NDC. Hey, no. And you town way, and I wear the Jimmy, and I wear the Nimuno, and I wear the Cromford, and I that be sign your money chum. Nay, Ash FM, yes, I know money chum. Some political show now, you could take a doma in cross assembly chum. This is real journalism. This is making the people know the truth. This is making sure you are adding the facts to what you say. People should know where you are coming from. I am not neutral. No, I will never be neutral. If I decide not to defend the NDC again, I will let you know. But as I sit here, I've seen good governance because in 9 way Ghana, so I saw it. I had first-class information, letting Ghanaians know what this government is made out of. I will not sit here and give them room. I will not go do that. And that does not mean, say, the government in power, I will not criticize it. I will. But I will not give MPP any room. That is my job. I am not neutral. I am here to protect a government that is ready to serve. And I've seen that the leader of the NDC, the government of the day, the president is willing, respect the people, to serve the people. So why should I change my mind? Nothing is going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. I am going to be consistent and I'm going to keep doing it. If you think you can fact check me, fact check me. And nobody can fact check me because I use the principles of journalism to work. I stick to the principles. I use facts to back my statements. Kwasia ni atene kwasia ya nipa ya di atem ebae ya mfa atenie enya emwanti ne ya atenie o nipa omo ejimi ti ne ya atenie enti so won si edi nipa atema na sa nipa no omo react omo nye omo so mba nipa. So atenie is part nkurama, insult is part. So opese wo dane body opese wo toto body na opese ya so wo dane no wo dane na bi be so nsa. I will see a demon tabna mo hotete mo. If you say Bible no kraka, sa akora ejimi no antwe ne so aba odane aboa. So insult ne dia, it will come with the lele because enoni onga no eno na egum ema eni ede inti lelele there you get it we kwasia we Jimmy I am not going to mince words because I'm a dad me a dada me nya kwara wo majority of nkwasa from TV so me nyiri cha omo yes ya wo me ne anwo omo anytime me ka say obi a on di over 42 years me no nya ntokwa me mbo di me no ni because you are a kid. You are not 42 years old. You are a kid. I only banter people who are over 42 years. 38, 37. You don't know anything in life. At that point, and I see you as a junior high kid school, the junior high school kid. Because I deal with people who are matured. I deal with adults. People over 60, 70 years. I sit with people who are intelligent. I will not waste my time on a 37-year-old, 38-year-old kid. No. I am not a kid. Me a dad. My wife calls me honey. Yeah. Me nya kwara sao. I'm not going to allow a kid to come and be fooling because I don't have time for kids. I deal with adults. And you know say my boss say chemen sabonsudin, my boss tikadin, me bonko fodin. So my bo din awe akwara. You are a kid and I don't mingle with lele's. Oh ya akwara. You can play with a dog, not Kevin Taylor. I am too high for me to come that low to be dealing with 30-year-old kids. No. Only 42 years. Don't ever try say obenyam attention. You are not going to get it. It's exactly 5:54 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. 5 minutes to 11 in Ghana. 5 minutes to 6 p.m. in the United States of America. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I'm going to be here. Minko baby me my juma way ache. I'm not here because of who is watching me and who is not watching me. I am here because it is my duty to be here. And why Junior will say, Kevin Beko, I am not going anywhere. People will come, people will drop. I am resolute. My team is solid. We know what we are doing. Yes, start here. Namunim say NDC 1.8 million votes. You didn't know. But on says more reality no. So we are not perturbed. Nothing flex. People will go and people will come. We are not going anywhere. We will stay here and we will serve the truth. Medin the Kevin Akobedu Taylor. Me, I am not a pushover. Me, you people can form all the forces. I will still stand. Now more power crampon. I stood and I conquered all of you. More power now. Mukunipa, more young kwasi adinino. More last kid Kennedy Japan or by America. I spent $250,000. I defeated him. What is that? Aquarana. Mumusano, over to my dinner stage abomidin. Ka over to partner to Ewiem. I am not a kid. I know what I am doing. I understand this game. And nothing in this game surprises me. Don't underestimate my platform way. Don't ever. It is solid. Metiasa no men whom is simple sao. 90% of you, when you see me, you can't look in my eyes. I'm telling you. 90% of you people watching me. When you see me in person, you think it's a joke? It is not. And we are not stopping. You people can form all the alliance in Ghana against me, Ekobedu. I will defeat you. Allah, onimakumem. Now, as far as Nyankopon onimakumem, no, I don't care about man. Nobody. John Dramani Mahama will rule and he will deliver. The NDC will lead. As far as I live and God gives me that breath to sit here, nobody. Me I'm a mixed blood. Oh yeah, then I'm in show, I'm in Kasa. I have a plan. And that plan will manifest. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's been good. It's been nice. It's been wonderful. We are going to be here tomorrow, Wednesday, to discuss Ghana. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. We are all messengers who are ready and willing.